Oh dear, I'm in quite a pickle now.
Do your drum recordings sound like a box of wet frogs?
This'll probably sort that problem out for you, don't worry. So we've got Odeholm Drums today. We're going to be looking at this, and I'm very excited to be having a bit of a delve in. So Odeholm, if you don't know, Buster Odeholm, drummer for Phil Jarter, guitarist, producer, Humanity's Last Breath, crazy metal mixes, absolutely destructive sounding, and yeah, very cool stuff. So this is hopefully going to be a really good way if you are like me and not particularly great at mixing drums out the box. Drum samples, this is going to be a really good one. So yeah, let's dive in and have a bit of a look, shall we? So here it is. This is it within Kontakt, using Kontakt 8. I've gone for the unprocessed. When you load this up, you've actually got the processed and the unprocessed. Oh yeah, I didn't even know, look at that. Nice little example for us. Okay, well that sounds great. So, let's have a look. Got this lovely little animation. Looks like I don't know if this basement is really the best environment to be keeping drums. Got a plane coming over. Let's just wait for the plane. We've got snares, we've got toms. Very cool. Nice. Blast beat. The next thing I want to look at now is the processed, and this is where it gets really exciting. Okay, let's try that snare. Might just have to go and call my nan just to make sure that she's okay after that one second. Really thunderous sounding. Absolutely mental. Absolutely huge.
Brother,
okay, I'm just going to call my dad now as well, sorry. What is great about this is you can assign everything to its own output. So I'm going to quickly do that now. So within Logic I've set this up as what did I do? Only 5 stereo. We don't really need that many of these at the moment, but we can add all of our channel strips, and basically we can route it exactly how we want. So for the kick we've got multiple mics, we've got in, out, we've got close and far overhead, room, and then a one shot. So that's going to give you quite a lot of options, and everything else has got the same room. You've got the one shot with the snare as well, overheads, and then you've got 2 top mics and a bottom mic, which is very cool. So there's plenty of options there. Moving on to toms, we've also got 4 of those, and you've got the overheads and the room. Cymbals, close mics, hat ride bell, overheads and room once again. So to do this, it's quite simple. Basically, once you've had your channel strip, you just need to set these into whichever one you want. So out 1 would be going into this one here, which I've called drums. Very nice. And then out 2 for the kick out, for example, you could do this here. If I was to rename this kick in, kick out, and then we could do snare A, snare B, and then we have snare bottom. So that should be snare top A and snare top B, and if we put these in, that would be 3 and 4, and the bottom on 5. Now we can see on the full kick, you've got your snares coming out, kicks and snares coming out, different ones. When you add obviously the rooms, you're going to be able to get all that on there as well. So if we do this until say 11, that's going to be our overhead far, and you can hear that. nice, very nice indeed. Cool, right, I'm going to carry on doing that, and then we're going to have a quick look. Whoops.
What's that?
Okay, so now we're all set up, routing's all completed, got everything on its individual channel strips. Named everything nice and neat, which I'm normally very bad at doing. I'll normally put SNR for snare, and then kick, I mean, it's the bass drum really, isn't it? You're not kicking it, like there's no kicking action going on, so it's all wrongly named, but it's all cool. So I've now got this all routed. As you can see, everything is coming through its own channel. Very nice, and I think this already sounds pretty great. Like the capture on these is obviously way better than I could do. We've got many options as well. You can really change these about. Three different ones I think for each crash and each china, which is great because one thing I always find when I'm programming drums is that I get really sick of the same sounding cymbal when you've always got that china. It's just like, you know, a variation is always great. So there's all these articulations. You've got multiple kick left and right on the pedal there. You've got flam on the snare, all the different hi-hats and chokes for the cymbals, and all the bells basically. So you can get quite a lot out of that, which is going to be really cool. So when it comes to the routing on this one, it is a little bit different. Because everything's processed, it simplifies it even more. So if you really want to just get from the off working on a demo and you want drums to sound huge, definitely recommend starting with this. The way I've got it set up is basically only into 9 outputs now, 9 channels, and we've got the kick, we've got the snare, 4 toms, cymbals, room and verb. So if we wanted to isolate any of this, we can just look at the kick. We've got the snare. When we go for, say, the cymbals, basically it's like your overheads, but everything is going to be separate, so you're not going to get any bleed, so it's not the same as an overhead, but your room is going to work very similar for that ambience. And then the verb for an additional part. That's the thunderous bit. So let's see if we can make a beat. Well, I hope you've enjoyed the video. Make sure to leave a comment, like and subscribe and all that jazz, and I'll see you in the next one.